The question here is to write the suitable adjective of the following sentences. So here it says al-madrasatu, and you have a blank, fi madinatina. What could make sense over here? Al-madrasatu, you have to give an adjective here. So anything that describes a school. Al-madrasatu al-kabiratu fi madinatina. The big school is in our city. Now here, next one, ra'aytu ta'iran. I saw a bird. And you have to give a description. Jamilan. I saw a beautiful bird ala shajara, on the tree. Next one is to make sentences with these words. So we have al-bi'atu. Al-bi'a means environment. You have to make a sentence with this word. Al-bi'atu jamilatun, you can say the environment is beautiful, or like the chapter al-bi'atu dari, like the environment is my home. Then we have al-maktabatu, which is library. You can say aqra'u al-kutub fil maktaba. I read books in the library. Al-mustaqbal means future. So you can say that أريد أن أكون معلم في المستقبل. أريد أن أكون, I want to be a معلم, teacher in the future. Al-ghaba is forest, and you can say like so, or you can say, it can also mean jungle. So you can say Al-asadu malikul ghaba. The lion is the king of jungle. At-tarikh is history. So you can say تاريخ الهند غني. تاريخ الهند غني, which is like the history of India is rich. Now this is to fill in the blanks with the present tense. So they are given the past tense over here. You have to make it to present tense. Now this one, it requires you to have a very good knowledge about conjugation. If you have a good idea on conjugation, then you'll be able to say this one. So look here, at-talibatu. And you also need to understand what these words mean. Talibat means female students, plural. At-talibat is female students. So, what pronoun should you put here? The pronoun that should be in accordance with talibat is hunna. Because talibat means female students, is plural. So, it's going to be third person. You're not speaking to them, you're speaking about them. So, that's third person, plural for female. So, that's hunna. Now, how do you change darasa? Now darasa is yadrusu for fi'al mudari'. Like darasa is in the huwa format. When you change it to present tense, it becomes yadrusu. Now this yadrusu, you need to put into hunna. So go back to the conjugation. You have yadrusu, yadrusani, yadrusuna. That's huwa, huma, hum. And now hiya, huma, hunna is going to be tadrusu, tadrusani, yadrusna. So the answer here will be yadrusna. So this is how you need to answer this question. There are a couple of steps you need to follow, and then you'll get the answer if you follow the correct steps. Now we have sharaha. Sharaha, what is the present tense of sharaha? Yashrahu. Yashrahu. Now yashrahu is for huwa, he. Now let's see, what is the sentence here? Al-muallimu dars. Okay, al-muallim. Al-muallim is like teacher, and that's male, and that is singular, and that's third person. You're not speaking to the teacher, you're speaking about the teacher, so that's third person. Because it is third person, and because it is singular male, it's going to be yashrahu. So the answer here is yashrahu. You don't need to make any changes, like you don't need to make it to any other pronoun. It's in the default huwa. Now here at-tiflani. At-tiflani means two babies or two childs, or like two children, like two babies, you can say. Tifl. Tifl's dual. So that's dual male. It's male because there's no ta alif noon. So male dual is for third person is huma. Huma. Now for huma, first thing we're going to change la'iba to present tense is going to be yal'abu. Now you need to make yal'abu into dual male, and that is yal'abani. So the answer here is yal'abani. We'll write it like this, yal'abani. Next question is, correct the following sentences. Hada tuyurun. The mistake here is the fact that tuyur is plural and hada is singular. So either what you need to do is change the tuyur and write ta'ir. There's another way also, which is you can change the hada to make it to hadihi. But let's stick to one way, and that is changing طيور to طائر. هذا طائر, and that is correct. ذلك أولاد. Now this is wrong because أولاد is plural, ذلك is singular. So we'll change the أولئك to ذلك ولد. You need to make it a singular. ذلك ولد. Next one, هذه سيارتان. These are two cars. Now the mistake here is that هذه is singular, سيارتان is dual. So what we need to do is change سيارتان to سيارة. هذه سيارة. Another way is that change هذه to هاتان. But هاتان, to make سيارتان to سيارة is much more simpler, so let's go with that. Then the grammar part, we have to define جملة الفعلية, مركب الإضافي, and المركب الوصفي. جملة الفعلية, the definition, first we give the definition. جملة الفعلية is any sentence that begins with a verb. The definition of جملة الفعلية, which in English we call it a verbal sentence, is a sentence that begins with a verb. The definition is a sentence that begins with a verb. The next thing you're going to say is that it comprises of mubtada and khabar. Mubtada being the subject and khabar being the predicate. And then you mention that both the mubtada and khabar, that is jumlatun ismiya. Jumlatun fi'liya, my apologies. Jumlatun fi'liya comprises of fi'l and fa'il. Not mubtada and khabar, that is jumlatun ismiya. Jumla fi'liya comprises of fi'l and fa'il. And it can also have maf'ul bihi, but it's not all the time. So the main components of fi'l and fa'il, and sometimes it can have maf'ul bihi. Fi'l is the verb, it begins with the fi'l, and fa'il is the doer, and maf'ul bihi is the object. An example for that, we need to give an example, is shariba al-waladu al-haliba. Shariba is to drink, al-walad, the boy, al-halib, milk. Shariba is the fi'l, al-walad is the fa'il, al-halib is the maf'ul. Next is al-murakkab al-idafi. Anytime you have murakkab, we need to know that it is a construction. So we say that murakkab al-idafi is a construction comprising of mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. In English we call them owned and the owner, or possessed and the possessor. And then you mention that mudaf ilayhi is always going to be majroor. Mudaf ilayhi is majroor. And as an example we can give kitabu al-waladi. Kitabu al-waladi. Al-waladi, as you can see, is a kasra, and that is so we say that kitabu is the mudaf and al-waladi is the mudaf ilayhi. Next we have al-murakkab al-wasfi. Al-murakkab al-wasfi means it is a construction comprising of mawsuf and sifa. So mawsuf, this is the word mawsuf, and sifa. And sifa means adjective. So this is basically adjective and the noun that the adjective describes. And you have to mention after that it agrees in four things. They both, sifa agrees with the mawsuf in four things. One is the gender. Second is the number. Third is the ma'rifa and nakira. Ma'rifa and nakira means if the mawsuf is ma'rifa, which is if it's specific, then sifa will be specific. If mawsuf is non-specific, which is nakira, sifa will be non-specific. Which means, in other words, if mawsuf has al, sifa will have al. If it doesn't have al, sifa will not have al. And also it will also agree in the grammar endings, which is if it's dhamma, then dhamma, fatha and fatha and the likes, which is what we call if it's marfu' marfu', mansub, mansub, majroor, majroor, like that. You can just mention that it ends with the same grammar endings. And as an example, we can say kitabun kabirun, and this means like a big book. Look at this one, they both have the same endings, they both are male, and they both are singular, and also they both are nakira, which means they both don't have al. So they match in all four things. Next is to change the following sentences from present to past tense. So yastayqidu Ahmadu mubakkiran. The word yastayqidu is present. So how we change it to past? We'll say istayqada. Just change to istayqada. Next one, تقرأ البنت القصة. تقرأ, how do you change to past tense? قرأت. All of this will become easy if you have learned the conjugation very well. So even for this you need to know the conjugation. تقرأ will be قرأت. الصديقان يلعبان. طيب يلعبان into past tense will become لعبا, because this is dual male. If it was dual female, لعبتا. الطالبات يخرجن. يخرجن in the past tense خرجنا. خرجنا. الأولاد يجرون في الملعب. This يجرون will be جروا. This will be جروا for the past tense. Next is to translate. البيئة داري means the environment is my home. ما أجمل الإمارات, how beautiful is UAE. أحمد طالب نشيط, Ahmad is an active student. الرياضة مفيدة, sports is beneficial. علامة الهوية الوطنية, this means a symbol of national identity. نفتخر بالوطن, we are proud of the nation. And الوحدة قوة means unity is strength. National Day, you need to translate to Arabic, you will say اليوم الوطني. The boys went outside, you can say خرج الأولاد. خرج الأولاد would suffice. I love reading. أحب القراءة. The UAE is my heart. دولة الإمارات قلبي. The Indians love peace. يحب الهنود السلام. The weather is nice. الجو لطيف. He went to the class. هو ذهب إلى الفصل. Or you can say هو ذهب إلى الصف.